The suspended Labor MP Craig Thomson says he'll address Parliament later this month about allegations he misused a union credit card to pay for prostitutes. The opposition made a motion to force Mr Thomson to make a statement in the House of Representatives yesterday, but failed. Joining us now from Canberra is the independent member for Lyne, Rob Oakeshott. Good morning. Thanks for your time. You were quite concerned about this. How close were you to supporting the coalition motion yesterday?
Oh, this isn't about a coalition motion. This is about getting a response from the Parliament and from the individual member in question to what are damning findings in a 1,100-page report from Fair Work Australia, an independent statutory body of the Commonwealth. Anyone who sits down and reads that report cannot walk away with any other emotion other than anger and a bit of shock at what the findings of that report are. They are only findings at this stage, but in my view the Parliament does have an important role in responding to that report and giving the individual member in question who is basically at the heart of those findings the first opportunity to explain to the House just what on earth has gone on, I think is the appropriate outcome from yesterday, the appropriate first response to the FWA report, and I look forward to listening closely to what he's got to say in a week and a half's time.
There were some quite dramatic scenes in the Parliament yesterday. Tony Windsor on PM yesterday afternoon revealed that he'd in fact spoken to Craig Thomson yesterday morning. Had you?
No, I haven't. No, the first time I spoke to him was during those 10 minutes on the floor of the House, and really wanting him to stand up and say something, if not start to respond to the report, to really just explain the process of how he is going to respond to the report. And I'm pleased that's where we ended up, and now looking forward to a detailed explanation in a week's time.
So what do you want to hear from him when he does give this 15-minute address in the next sitting week?
Oh, the truth and a comprehensive response to what's a comprehensive report and the findings in that report. You go through it line item by line item. It is damning and it directly points the finger at Craig Thomson. So, you know, we all believe in innocent until proven guilty. We all believe the Parliament shouldn't be judge and jury, but this is a report from a Commonwealth body that is comprehensive and the findings are damning. The Parliament, I think, in the interests of public confidence and public trust, has an obligation to respond in some form. Giving the individual member in question the first right of reply is appropriate, and then I think the Parliament has to reflect on how it responds as a group to these findings, which are pretty damning.
What if you're not satisfied with his response?
Oh, well, let's cross bridges when we come to them. I think we have moved in the appropriate way.
You must have given it some thought, Rob Oakeshott.
Oh, of course. You know, I've spent a lot of this week, which should have been budget week, with the heavy burden of that report that was released on Monday night on my shoulders, and I hope every member of Parliament has felt that same heavy burden. That's part of why I'm so personally angry with the findings of that report. I don't like it. And I think it's appropriate that Craig Thomson responds first, and then we as a Parliament and as a group need to reflect on, in the interests of protecting public confidence in the institution of the Parliament, how we respond as a group of parliamentarians. And
if in the meantime criminal charges are laid?
Oh, look, if in the meantime criminal charges are laid, that's a bit of a game changer, and I think ups the stakes significantly and, you know, will lead to other probably decisions by the Parliament. But let's just wait and see what the response is. I think there won't be anything that happens between now and a week and a half's time, and I look forward to Mr Thomson giving a comprehensive response for as long as he wants, and really the opportunity to explain himself to his parliamentary colleagues.
Now, I do want to ask you about the budget, even though it has been somewhat overshadowed in the last couple of weeks. Now, you were very clear ahead of Tuesday that you wanted to see a big commitment from the government for the Pacific Highway upgrade. That money's now come through. Did that funding come because your vote is so crucial to the government?
Oh, who knows? I advocate as hard as I can on as many angles as I can to get as many outcomes as I can. I'm really pleased that the money's in there. I'm a bit iffy about the conditional nature of it, that it's got to be, you know, it only fully flows if it's matched dollar for dollar. But in the end, the federal government has effectively stuck to the agreements that go back through John Howard, Mark Vaile, right back to Laurie Brereton and Michael Knight in the early days of this project. It has always been an agreement of a joint partnership, 50-50 matching funding, whatever you want to call it. And I look forward to the New South Wales government grabbing this as an opportunity to finish the project and actually let's deliver a great infrastructure project for New South Wales rather than what the last 24 hours has seemed to be and some great political threat and continuing, hankering over the edges of who's going to pay for what and who's broken what promise. Here's a great opportunity to finish the job. Let's do it.
But the New South Wales government, of course, is very upset about this conditionality of this proposed funding.
I think the New South Wales government is very upset that they are exposed to their pre-election promises that they made. They said in last year's budget that they would match Commonwealth funding. They said prior to the last New South Wales election that they wanted to get the job done by 2016. That was their promise. The construction schedule of works has been released through parliamentary questioning here in the last 6 months. There is no construction constraint on doing it by 2016. It's all down to the money. The feds, as per contracts over the life of this project, are kicking in their 50%. It's now over to New South Wales in this budget to fix the Pacific Highway. This is the truth test for all those state National Party MPs who've campaigned so heavily on Pacific Highway funding over the years. Let's do it and let's get the job done.
And just finally, Rob Oakeshott, what do you make of reports that Peter Costello tried to make a return to politics?
Oh yeah, nice and salacious and interesting out of Victorian Liberal Party, but really it's a matter for them. I don't know the details and I wouldn't dare comment.
Rob Oakeshott, thanks for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you.